Welcome to HP Tuners Subaru Training Part 34. This training module, we're going to be exploring how to use our template applicator feature. This allows us to create a base map very quickly within the VCM Editor software suite. We have a lot of things to cover. Let's jump in so we can check this out.
Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be taking a look at working with our template applicator feature in our Subaru applications. Our template applicator feature is found as a feature in our VCM Editor software. It allows us to take files that we've exported data and built out a file format where we want to take certain information from one file and bring it into another file. So for example, if you've dialed in an STI, you've gotten the map curve sorted out, you've gotten the injector data sorted out, you've gotten spark timing table dialed in, boost control dialed in, everything is perfect. And you want to be able to take that information and bring it into another stock equivalent file with a vehicle that has very similar modifications. You're able to do that and essentially create a base map almost instantaneously. So we don't have to go through that process of entering all this information and editing all the tables by hand. This feature is going to save you a tremendous amount of time. Whether you're going to be a professional calibrator where your time is money and you're going to try to get through as many cars as you can within a certain period of time, this will speed that process up. Or if you're doing this just on your own car as a hobby, this will still make you more efficient. You're not wasting time sitting there entering in data by hand. Let's go in and take a look at how we can work with this feature. Towards the end of the tutorial, I'm going to go through what files that I provided in the template applicator folder found in our Subaru HP Tuners Training Course folder. That is a whole bunch of data information that we'll get into and look at how this is going to work. But for right now, let's take a look at how we can generate and build our own template applicator files, because you may want to start doing this for files you've already generated, or just knowing how to do this, be able to create them on your own. And then obviously you have my files to fall back on, so there's going to be a lot of options that you have. Let's take a look at this 2018 STI sample calibration file. Now, this is a stock equivalent file that was read out of a 2018 STI. Let's assume that we want to go in and just take some information out of this file and transfer it into another STI file. Now let's go in here and we're going to first jump into Engine. Let's say we want to go in and transfer our injector data. For whatever reason, we want to take the injector data from this car and bring it into another vehicle, another calibration file. Let's assume the injector data was changed. In this case, it hasn't been, but let's assume that it was changed and we want to just transfer that injector data from one vehicle to the next. Let's look at how we can generate and work with this template applicator feature. So we're going to first go into Tools and jump up to Template Editor. The editor allows us to create the file that is going to be essentially the export function. So if I go here in my options at the top in the icon, there's a new file icon. If I click this, we can see that now we have a couple options here and icons that we're able to click on. This option right here, select parameters to import, is usually what I use to create a template applicator file. So the editor allows us to choose what files we want to export. We save into a file format. That file format is going to allow us to then work in another portion of the software here. If we go to Edit, we go to Template Applicator. That allows us to open up that exported file or data and bring that into another calibration file. So it goes from here. This is exporting. This is importing. We're going to be creating that export file. What data we want to take out of one file and move to another. So what we can find here is that in this tree right here, select parameters to import, this allows us to go through a calibration tree and go through all the different various tabs and subsections and bring out specific scalar information. A scalar is a singular value, or table information that we want to go and export. What I'm going to do is click on this and actually start to work with this select parameters to import option. But we also have import parameters from template. This allows us, if we created one template, if we go here to File Open, we actually open up a template. If we've created one already, we can open it up and edit it, and I can actually extract the data from that template file. Or if we actually make changes, let's say we're going through and we're editing everything by hand on one calibration file and we haven't saved it yet. So we haven't went to File Save or Save As. We can go here and we can export any of the unsaved parameters from the calibration file, which is nice if you're entering in, let's say, injector data by hand into your calibration file. You can simply just pop open here and go into that the import unsaved parameters. That'll bring up all the unsaved parameters, and you can just export those out before you actually hit the save button. Now in this case, I'm going to go and work with this tree. I like to be very specific of how I'm selecting the actual injector data. So I'm going to go to select parameters to import right here, and it's going to allow me to go in here and select what I want for my, under general here, so fuel, General, I want to go and bring in my injector data information. Let me go here into Engine, which is going to be the engine tab that we're clicked on right here. Then we're going to go and find our fuel, which in the tree here is under fuel. We can go start to bring down the tree here. It allows us to get into the subsections. Now we're here under General. I can go in here to General. I can go in and bring this down a little bit further. Now under General here, we have a General, Startup, and Injector Control. These are the three different areas: General, Startup, Injector Control. And here we can have our sub-menus or sub-options that we can choose. Let's go here to the overrun. Let's say we just want to go into the General and bring in everything here under General into our template applicator file that we're going to go and create here. Under the Startup, let's assume we want to bring all of our startup tables in. And under Injector Control, this is everything related to injector programming. So looking at this, we have our injector flow rate, we have our low.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here. And you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.